RT meanwhile is reporting that well, there is some significant rift between Elon Musk and Trump and Trump's administration at this point, I guess, because he had some strong words, very strong words to say about this so-called big beautiful bill that Trump is talking about for so long now. So tech billionaire and former White House efficiency czar Elon Musk had last US President Donald Trump's big beautiful tax bill as a overspending and a disgusting abomination. Excuse me. Trump's centerpiece bill narrowly passed in the House of Representatives last week and will need to go before the Senate. The legislation aims to prevent an end-of-year tax increase and raises the limit on the already staggering U.S. debt by further $4 trillion. Further $4 trillion, by the way, dollars. This is crazy. This is unbelievable, by the way. No wonder Musk is not happy with this, because his goal was to cut federal spending and to deal with the US debt that country is barely able to service right now. But he did find out soon that all these statements from Trump that they're going to cut federal spending and so on was just a BS, nothing serious. They were just lying to public, by the way. They were just lying to people, right? And that's about it. And that's why, by the way, one of the first moves that Trump took is to increase spending on the Pentagon, for example, over $1 trillion. And he introduced this Golden Dome nonsense, right, which will cost US citizens additional God knows how many trillions, by the way, and it will not work eventually. All this program is just a attempt to further enrich military-industrial complex and to satisfy their appetite. That's all it is, right? Even tiny Israel, by the way, with one of the most sophisticated air defense systems, is unable to intercept 100% of aerial targets, even simple rockets, by the way, that are fired from Hamas. So how US gonna build a system that will cover entire US, by the way, and Alaska, and talks are that Canada may be part of it. It's just technically impossible, absolutely impossible, right? But as an idea, it's been sold to US public. They bought it. And now military-industrial complex there is ready to receive hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars, by the way. And Musk is not happy about it, understandably so. So Musk, who recently stepped down as head of Department of the Government Efficiency, DOGE, has repeatedly criticized the bill, claiming it compromises his efforts to trim their fat off their federal budget. Quote here from Musk's statement, I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination, he wrote on X on Tuesday. And, well, probably Musk, for his statements, gonna end up being first isolated from White House, and then he might experience some big difficulties, by the way, because Trump will go after him, most likely, and big time. And Trump will use state institutions as his personal tools to destroy Musk. I think that's a possibility anyways. And if Musk is clever enough, he should flee US right now. He should flee US, move his assets outside of US, and find a place where, you know, he would not be used and abused by freaking clowns that are charged, formally at least, charged in US. Anyways, it is you know, quite sad to see this accelerated decline of morality and principles in US, because after all, this country was founded on very different ideas than it represents now. Anyways, dear friends, meanwhile, we have this report that I shared on my Telegram and Twitter X page that Trump is obsessed, allegedly, with getting Xi Jinping, Chinese leader, on the phone to revive stalled US-China trade talks, according to Politico. China's chokehold on key minerals raises their stakes beyond tariffs, hitting tech, defense, and supply chains. 600 billion standoff. This is 600 billion standoff, by the way, and the fragile truce and the high-risk geopolitical game on part of US, and US gonna lose this game, but US is in no position and was in no position to try to bully entire world as Trump attempted and still continues to do so, and seems like he's struggling to realize that he failed. Basically, the world is laughing at this point, isn't it? Because one day Trump is introducing tariffs, next day he's refusing to introduce them. Then another threats that we're going to do this and that, and 500% tariffs. Day after, he's backing down. What the hell, man? U.S. is being turned, Washington especially, is being turned into some freaking circus, by the way, at this point, isn't it? I mean, you will struggle to find even one adequate individual among political class there in Washington, isn't it? From thousands of elements, you would struggle to find at least several adequate people, man. That's how bad situation is there. That's how I see it, at least, and our friends from US, members of our community, can express their opinion, what they think, but probably they are also shocked by these crazy developments. TASS news agency is also reporting, meanwhile, that, well, Russia and China won't sell each other out for US perks, according to Russian officials. So while US is entering some darker forest with this hostility towards everybody, Moscow continues to further develop relationships with countries outside of the collective West, which is the rest of the world, basically, much bigger than this tiny collective West. Well, of course, relationships are improving big time with China. And if anybody was hoping in Washington that they will manage to derail this partnership, well, they're going to fail big time. And this information is exactly about that. So Moscow and Beijing will not throw away their partnership for the sake of some economic benefits offered by Washington. Russian presidential envoy for relations with international organizations, Boris Titov, stated, we have a quote from him, today the world is changing so swiftly and dramatically that our old partners will naturally stick together. In this sense, the trust between between us and China is not for sale, even for some serious economic benefits, because no matter what their initiatives are promised, you can't still be cheated if there is no trust. You can still be cheated if there is no trust. And we have such a relations of trust, such a relations and the trust, both political and humanitarian, Russia and China, that neither Russia or China will betray this. He told TASS news agency when asked whether United States would ever manage to come between Russia and China, and this is exactly the right position. Sad to say, but U.S. political class cannot be trusted ever. Ever. So therefore, obviously, Moscow to stick to its policies to build their good, great relationships, partnerships with their countries worldwide, right? Especially with strategical partners. And of course, Russia will cherish these relationships as Russian partners will do, because it's beneficial for all sides, right, involved. So this is Moscow's answer, by the way, on some questions that have been raised in the West, especially if US will manage to derail relationships between Moscow and Beijing. Now, US will fail in that, and collective West will fail in general.
Hello everyone, I hope you find informative and useful this short clip from main news update, and if so, please click that like button and leave some commentary just about anything. It might help to deal with the algorithm and reach wider audience. And if you like my work in general and want to support to save this media project, you can assist through several ways. You can donate to this project through PayPal platform or Boosty, also with the crypto currencies, or you can subscribe to my Patreon page and page on Boosty, where I have quite a lot of extra content on regular basis. All the links are on this video in description box and in the pinned comment. And of course, many thanks to everyone who already helped and continues to support. Thank you.